That involves taking a life, like this past weekend when Tucson police fired on a man in a wheelchair, killing him. And Not on Your Side continuing coverage now, Aaron Brackett takes a look into police procedure to find out when can they shoot.
Yeah, I met with Tucson police today and toured the Tucson Police Academy to find out what goes into the split-second decision to fire on a potential threat. Now, On Your Side wants to know, when can officers pull the trigger and how often do they undergo training? Last Saturday, a Tucson police officer shot and killed 23-year-old Johnny Castillo Romero. TPD tells Not On Your Side that the wheelchair-bound man pointed a gun at a sergeant who then fired his weapon. Not On Your Side wanted to know, when is deadly force used by police? We went to TPD for the answer.
Deadly force can only be used when an officer reasonably perceives an imminent threat of serious physical injury or death to that officer or to another person.
In addition to the initial training officers receive, they are required to attend refresher courses throughout the year.
There's yearly training we do once a year. It's called advanced officer training, where it's very detailed and it's a full day, 10 to 12 hours worth of training. We also have squad training, which happens quarterly, which is it's not necessarily always on use of force, but it's on police procedures. And we also have daily trainings. And
much of that training happens here at the Tucson Police Academy firing range.
Every officer has to qualify with their duty handgun once a year, and any other weapons, whether it's be an off-duty handgun, a patrol rifle, a shotgun, they also have to qualify with that once a year.
It's not just the static firing range the officers must complete.
We also have facilities that we could use to train scenario-based training, where we put the officers in a live scenario and they train like they would if they were on the street.
Sergeant Guiney also told me that attending training isn't enough. Each officer must score at least an 80% on their training every year. Live in the newsroom, Aaron Brackett, Not On Your Side.
Aaron, what happens after an officer uses deadly force?
Well, that's a good question. Sergeant Widmer says they are taken off the streets and put on administrative duty. Now, this gives Internal Affairs time to investigate and the officer recovery time before resuming duty.
Aaron, thank you. 2 bank robberies on